What if one man could change everything in a single moment? Who is he that even the world's most powerful cannot predict? Why does the air itself seem to pause when he speaks? What secrets lie behind calm eyes and measured words? And could the message he carries shake the West to its core? A silence fell over the city that morning. No one spoke. No one moved. Only the wind whispered through the streets of Ouagadougou. And somewhere high above, cameras focused and papers shuffled quietly. Could one step toward a podium hold the fate of nations? Would a single word alter history? And what storm was waiting behind his calm exterior? What would the world see in the next few minutes? Who is Ibrahim Traoré really? A soldier, or something far more dangerous? Why is the Sahel on edge in 2025? Which forces are silently watching him? And why do whispers of his plan travel faster than headlines? Every corner of the city feels different that morning. Markets close early. Street vendors glance nervously at passing cars. Children stop mid-step on their way to school. Every phone buzzes with news that no one can fully explain. What does he know that others do not? Why do his closest allies seem unsure? Could a single decision today change the future of nations? Why is a man so calm when everything around him is tense? Inside a room high above the city, the atmosphere is heavier than usual. Papers marked confidential lie across the table. Who put them there? What do they contain? And why does every eye in the room turn to him as he prepares to speak? Could a moment of silence speak louder than any word? Why does every camera focus only on him? How many are watching and how many hearts are racing? Could this man in quiet clothes hold the weight of history on his shoulders outside? The city waits silently. A tension almost visible in the air. People whisper to each other. No one knows exactly why, but everyone feels that something bigger than politics is about to happen. Why does the room fall completely silent the moment he enters? Every camera lens focuses only on him. Every soldier holds their breath. Could the world handle a declaration so bold, so unexpected? What is he thinking as he steps closer to the podium? How does he remain calm while tension spreads like wildfire? Why do journalists scribble faster than ever, as if sensing a secret about to unfold? The walls hold whispers of strategy papers and secret plans. Who put them there, and why are they so carefully hidden? What do world leaders see when they glance at him from the back of the room? How many eyes are watching and how many hearts are racing? Could a single pause in his speech decide the fate of nations? Why does his gaze linger on certain faces more than others? Outside the room, the city waits silently for news. Why do citizens sense that something bigger than politics is about to happen? Can a single moment inside a quiet room reach every corner of the Sahel? And when the words finally leave his lips, what will change first? Will it be fear, hope, or something no one was ready to feel? His hands rest lightly on the podium. Why does he appear so relaxed when tension presses down like a storm? What does he see when his eyes meet the soldiers standing rigid at attention? Are they afraid of him, or are they waiting for a signal? How does a single man carry so much weight without breaking? The reporters exchange glances filled with doubt and awe. Why do they hesitate to write down everything he says? Is there more hidden beneath the surface than words can ever reveal? How can one calm voice carry thunder inside every heart in the room? Could this be the start of something the world was never prepared for? Time seems to stretch. Every second heavier than the last. Could one look, or one pause change the course of everything? Why do allies whisper to each other and glance at him nervously? What does it mean when even those closest to him feel uncertainty? Outside, the wind carries a strange tension across the city. Why do people pause in the streets? How can a speech inside a single room create ripples miles away? Could a few words really alter the hearts and minds of so many? Why does the world hold its breath, without even knowing what is coming? And when the first words finally break the silence, why does everyone feel the room has changed forever? How can something so simple feel so heavy? Could the impact of a single sentence echo across continents? And what will history remember from this exact moment? Why does the room hold its breath? As he leans closer to the microphone, what does he see in the eyes of soldiers and journalists alike? Can anyone predict what comes next? Or is the world about to be stunned? Why do whispers rise even as the first words leave his lips? He speaks slowly, deliberate, measured. Every sentence feels heavier than the last. What is hidden between the lines that no one dares to say aloud? Why do reporters glance at each other in disbelief? How can words be calm, yet strike like thunder? The lights in the room seem to dim slightly as he continues. Why does every gesture feel deliberate, calculated? Could a single pause be a signal that changes everything? Why do allies exchange nervous glances while others freeze in awe? Outside the room, the city feels a sudden stillness. Why do people stop mid-step on streets? Can a speech inside a room high above reach hearts miles away? Why does every leader in the world lean forward, eyes wide, waiting? And what is it about these words that no one could have expected? Every camera captures a subtle shift in the atmosphere. Every eye follows his movements with heightened anticipation. Why do some panic, while others remain completely still? Could one declaration inside this room shake the foundation of power? What unseen force makes his calm voice feel unstoppable? Why do whispers of his speech spread faster than news? Could a few words reach every household, every street, every mind? How does one man carry authority and mystery in the same breath? Why do even allies hesitate to respond or interrupt? Could this be the start of a chain reaction no one saw coming? The silence outside matches the tension. Inside, every heartbeat seems to echo in every corner. Why do children look up, sensing something greater than themselves? Could a few words truly unite fear and hope in the same moment? And how long before the world begins to realize what just happened? What exactly did he say that no one could see coming? Why did the West go silent as his words traveled across borders? Could a single voice really shake nations and challenge powers? What is it about his calm tone that hides a storm within? Citizens watch on screens, their eyes wide with disbelief. Why does a simple declaration stir fear, hope, and unity all at once? How can one speech rewrite the rules of loyalty, faith, and courage? What do leaders whisper to each other as they try to comprehend? Every camera catches the subtle shift in the room. Every pause, every gesture seems deliberate, calculated. Why do some panic and some freeze? Could it be that history itself is bending in this moment? What vision does he carry that the world was never ready to face outside? The streets hold a strange silence. Why do people stop? Phones frozen in their hands. Can one man's words ripple across continents so quickly? How does a calm voice create a storm in hearts and minds? Why do allies stare, uncertain, hesitant to respond? The journalists write frantically, eyes darting back and forth. What is written on their papers that will never reach full publication? How can a speech feel both simple and impossible at the same time? Why do soldiers glance at each other, tension coiling like a spring? Could one declaration truly change the balance of power? And when the room finally exhales, the world outside holds its breath. Why do some people cheer quietly while others remain stunned? Could the impact of a few words really alter the course of nations? How long before the world realizes the depth of what just happened? And could this single moment be remembered for generations? Every corner of the city feels the echo. Every home, every street, Every whisper carries the tension. Why does it feel like the air itself has changed? Could a single speech redefine what courage and leadership mean? And what will the world do now, knowing that nothing will ever be the same? The leaders in distant capitals lean forward in disbelief. Why do even the most powerful question what they thought they knew? How does one calm man in a quiet room shift the focus of the world? Could this moment spark movements, alliances, or conflicts, yet unseen? And what secrets still lie hidden behind the measured words? What comes next after a moment like this? Will the world ever return to what it was before? How did a calm man with quiet eyes spark something unstoppable? Who will stand with him, and who will be left behind? Could one voice really change the course of nations? Why do people whisper his name in awe and fear? What is waiting beyond this moment that no one can see yet? How long before history begins to write his name alongside legends outside? The city exhales slowly, but the tension lingers. Why do children look up in wonder? How can the ripple of a speech reach every corner of hearts and minds? Will the world unite or fracture in the aftermath? Could courage, faith, and loyalty find new meaning after this? And if you think this is the end, ask yourself, can you afford to look away when history is being written? Will you follow every move, every decision, every secret he reveals next? Because the story is far from over. Stay close, watch closely. Pay attention to every gesture, every word, every pause. Because the next chapter may decide everything, and only those who watch carefully will understand the magnitude of this moment. Could this be the spark that changes the world forever? Will future generations tell stories of a man who dared to speak, and will you be among the ones who saw it unfold? Because the story has only begun. And what comes next may rewrite everything.